Welcome everyone. In this video, I will review the M6I Tier 9 American Heavy Tank. I will review the tank, the stats, I will configure it, and I will review the armor profile at the end of the video. So, first of all, let's get started with the tracks of this tank, which has got the reserve tracks, which means if you want to fully stop the tank, you have to aim and destroy the reserve tracks. Other than that, if you are destroying the main track from one side, the tank will still be able to go with 24 kilometers per hour. If you are destroying the main tracks from both sides, the tank will still be able to go with 14 kilometers per hour. So the only way to stop this is to destroy the reserve tracks. And a very important thing, the tank lower plate is here at this area. So don't shoot at these tubes here where the track is connecting with the hull, because this is not part of the tank and you won't do any damage. So the actually lower plate of this tank is come goes like here. So don't shoot these tubes, because you won't deal any damage. So let's go now and talk about the gun of this tank, which is a 120 millimeter caliber gun with 400 alpha damage and 515 HE. As the penetration goes, we have 243 AP, 300 heat and 60 HE. So the AP penetration is really low, and the heat is just not enough for tier 10. It's like the Crown one has with 300 millimeters of heat penetration. It's just not enough. So obviously this tank has 10 degree of gun depression, which is amazing. We have dispersion 0.36 and aim time 2.4 sec. Actually average stats for this 120 millimeter caliber gun. So we have DPM 2200, that is low DPM, which means you have 11 sec reload for 400 alpha damage. The DPM of this tank is low, and this can high go up to 500, which is amazing. So HP 1800. Armor, we will review this at the end of the video. We will analyze it. The ton weighs in 47 tons, which means we have 780 horsepower. Obviously the tank will go at average speed is at 40 kilometers per hour and backwards 15. So, and the view range is 390. So we have really good view range. Let's go now and configure this tank. So we have, as the field modification goes, this at max level and this for better view range. Other than that, we have all the good skills selected already, and in the first slot we can have we are having survivability slot, which means I selected here a ventilation. In the second slot we can choose from mobility or firepower. Obviously I chose firepower because of the gun rammer, and in the third slot we have the stabilizer. So AP shell goes with 1000 meters per sec shovel speed. Actually it's fast for an AP shell. The penetration is 243, which is just not enough, obviously, not enough in even tier 7 and tier 8. The heat ammunition with 1000 shell speed, this is fast for a heat shell, and the penetration is 300. But these 1000 meters per sec, it's not slow, obviously, but it's not that fast as an APCR, so it's in a mid range. HE, we have here even slower 900 shows the speed and 60 penetration, which can high roll up to 644 alpha damage, which is amazing. So now the DPM is at 2700, which is really good. Dispersion 0.33, actually low dispersion. Aim time 2.17 sec. The aim time is a bit long. The reload is 8.8 sec for 400 alpha damage. We have good stabilization, HP 1860. The obviously, and the view range is 465, which is good. So actually it's amazing. Let's go now and check the armor of this tank. So if you're facing a tank like this, he has in the upper plate around 200, 215, lower plate 216, 15. So yeah, it's weak. But in the turret he has around 300, even 400, which is impenetrable with AP shells, obviously. But this tank has obviously two big cupolas in the top of the turret from the left side and from the right side, which is are just really bent, and he has some these viewports here, these triangles here, which are penetrable. Obviously from the left side is even more. If we are switching to visual, as you can see, these triangles here and the huge cupolas from the left side, it's just really bad. So From the side, this tank has obviously this ring around the gun, which is from the side is really penetrable with 110 millimeters of armor penetration. Here we have 152, 50, 100, and obviously 75 here. And obviously this weak spot, the ears of the tank switch back to visual, as you can see. So if you want to do a lot of damage with HE, just aim at this round here and you will ban it easily. Let's switch back to live. In the hull, at this triangle here, at the joint, we have around 100. In the hull, we have 96, 89, around 90 here, 100, 180, 96. At the rear side, 53, 54. The hull, 38, really weak for HE shots, really penetrable. Other side, same configuration. Here in the turret, as you can see. And at these tubes, which are connecting the tracks with the hull, obviously just don't shoot because you won't deal any damage. Let's switch back to visual. As you can see, these are not part of the tank, so this is not count as a weak spot here, so be careful with this. Let's switch back to live. The tank in side scrape position, obviously the side is actually good. The turret will hold up, but the upper plate of the tank will become visible and they will just pan it easily with 200 millimeters of penetration. So tier 7, 8 tanks can pan this. So don't side scrape with this tank. Let's switch back now and go in 10 degree of hold down position like this. So the tank actually is really amazing even against heat with 300 millimeters of armor penetration, but we have these two huge cupolas here which are just penetrable. So this tank is a hold down tank but can't really play in hold down position because of these two cupolas. Side scrape position is just not manageable, obviously, because they will pan it easily. So yeah, this is really interesting about this tank. So let's switch back now. The conclusion is I don't understand the concept of this tank. We have really good gun mantlet, turret shaped, well shaped rounded armor here, but we have obviously two big huge cupolas with these triangles here, really good weak spots, so you can't really go plain hold down like the Crown one because of these two really big cupolas. Other than that, here is the big weak spot with 50 millimeters of protection here from the side. So keep this in mind, just pan with HE and it will be really good, and don't shoot in these tubes. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, like, subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.